Good evening, Carlisle, Nicholas County people, my Facebook friends. Got a very special guest with us this evening that we're going to interview and ask a few questions. Had several calls and emails. Some of the questions that you guys were wanting to know. We're here at the lovely Soulsby Sanctuary, and if we could go ahead and get started, I'd like to introduce my wife, Regina Soulsby. Rumor has it that you're a big Kid Rock fan.
Yes.
How did you actually get started into even like Kid Rock?
He's an American Badass. I don't know. Circus 2002 was the first time when we had our first date and second date. And the second time I was pregnant with my son Landry. And he came out of my womb screaming, "My name is Kid."
Well, which leads me to the next question. How many times have you seen this guy?
8.
8 times. And I did have the privilege this year at Riverbend going with this beautiful lady to see him, and he was pretty awesome. And Foner was not that bad either, but that's not why we're here. Let's get back to base.
You want to know the farthest I've traveled?
Sure, go ahead.
Sue Watkins, Chris Now Fenton, Lori Sullivan, and I went to see Kid Rock along with Bob Seger in St. Paul, Minnesota in March of 2013. They only did 2 shows together. That was the closest one.
Wow.
Farthest.
Yes, sorry. I'm a little camera shy.
Also, we had a caller called in that was very concerned over a comment that you had made on Facebook, and I know you deleted this comment. I do quote, you made the comment about Kid Rock actually kicking Tommy Lee's ass. Do you remember that comment?
I do.
You mind elaborating on that? What brought that about, or where you got your information, or if it was actually true?
Well, Kid Rock said he did it, and I think he got in trouble for doing it. It was at an award show, and it was over Pamela.
Ain't much blame on there. Okay, if I could get my camera guy, we've got some memorabilia. If you would hold my questions, I'll get up something. So I'm gonna go over and get this lovely piece of hardware right here. If I could get my camera guy to zoom in. This is some of the paraphernalia and memorabilia she's got.
Paraphernalia? I don't do drugs.
Talking about the damn ticket stubs. I'm gonna go ahead and let her get it fresh in her mind, where and when these took place, and kind of give you a brief description.
Well, my friend Christy Briley makes fun of me for my sticker collection because I actually bought 2 in Louisville at the show in 2008, because I had this on my old Equinox and I didn't want to get rid of it because of that. But anyway, yeah, these are all my ticket stubs. 8, beginning in 2002 at Freedom Hall, and then 2002 at Rupp, and then 04 with Sue at Kid Rock, and then with Christy in 08, and then in 2013 with the girls in Minnesota, and then in 2013 I saw him in Louisville too, 2 weeks before Minnesota with Angie Caps.
Wow.
Shout out to Angie O'Cappy.
Wow.
And then 2013 in Cincinnati with Chris, my Kid Rock friend Chris. And then bless Chris's heart, this year she had knee surgery, and so we bought her tickets for Riverbend, and then Isaac and Taya went with our old ticket.
Yeah, we had a good trip that time.
Yeah, and then the Made in Detroit, it's his clothing line, and that's just a sticker that I ordered. I also have one in my car. Oh, and my cap. This is my American Badass cap, the trucker cap like he wears. We have that.
Yes, I will.
And then, this is actually my husband's shirt with one of his Kid Rock songs on it.
She looks better in it than I do, by the way. A little vulgar on the back, so please keep it away from the kids viewing.
Okay, that's about it for this.
Another, while we're talking about when you and I went to Riverbend and saw, there was a group up behind you that you just started talking to. That, if you don't mind, give the group some insight on what they were doing and how they were spending this year.
Well, they were probably in their mid to late 40s and real grandmotherly, like not cool, like the grandmother cut haircut, like the short. Not cool. You can have that cool, and it wasn't cool. But anyway, what? Anyway, they didn't seem like the Kid Rock type to me. But anyway, they asked how many times I've seen him, and I said, this is my 8th time. And they said, this year? And I'm like, all together. And they're like, oh, well, we'll see him 5 times this year. And we've been on 3 of his cruises, and we travel around, and we do this, and we do that. And they were really quite bitches.
Don't that just really piss you off?
But I was just jealous. They were very nice.
Wow.
But if I could tag along with them, I definitely would.
And I've got one more question, and we got to go ahead and my director just looked and was like this. So we'll finish off with this last question. Moving forward in the future, where do you see Kid Rock going? I mean, do you think
My bad. I'm sorry, what?
Do you see him possibly running for president, or what do you see him doing?
He could be president of the Badass Nation.
Well, we got to lose, right?
You got that right.
Yeah.
At least we'd have the truth and have fun. And
yeah, because he don't lie.
he
Well,
likes big butts and he does not lie.
guys, thanks so much for your all support and the cards and the email and all the phone calls and stuff we get, even the ones from Dallas, Texas, and the unknowns that we have not a clue who they are that I've asked to take them off the list. Love you guys. Stay in touch. We've got some more stuff coming. Love my audience. Cool. Thanks for watching another fun-filled show from Soulsby Productions. I promise you, no animals, humans, or anybody else was hurt during the filming and the making of this video. Also, if you try this at home and get hurt, know that I'm not responsible. Later.